Good afternoon, everybody. As we are going to discuss this program today, to do also the disengagement, and we'll try to add some more details. As I understood that some people were depressed from the last things, clearly showing among the curses, this disengagement, but we see just now that really is very good continuation to these verses, blessings in the future. But what I would like to emphasize, even though unfortunately disengagement comes clearly in the Torah and the dates, we see later on the exact dates, which we found only a few months ago, exactly the dates, Yud Av and Yud Bet Av, we see in the next table. Everything also in the right places, which suits the situation, as we saw. This should strengthen our faith, belief in Hashem. This is the purpose of all these troubles. We know quite well that the reason that so many troubles happen to Jews on Tisha B'Av is to strengthen our emunah. And I brought the famous story about the expulsion, Gerus Sfarad, when Jews were expelled from Sfarad, from Spain. It was in the Tisha B'Av. It means that time it was Ferdinand and Isabella, and they really, without intention, gave the date for Jews to go out the country in Tisha B'Av. It happened exactly on Tisha B'Av. They did not know that it is Tisha B'Av. And as many people said, if they would know, they would not do it, because it strengthens so much their faith, because they look quite well. Because Baruch Hu said in the past, because of the spies, Jews cried for nothing, and they are going to cry all over history on this day. So a lot of crying, unfortunately yesterday on Tisha B'Av, a lot of crying, and this crying should strengthen our emunah. Let us think that from all the 365 days in the year, somehow this disengagement, this Itnatut, came out on Tisha B'Av. So we know quite well that this is what our sages told us, and we should be really happy from one side that God did not leave us, because as we know quite well, the Christians and others claim that God Chas v'Shalom left us. Now what is the proof that God did not? Because still we have so many troubles, so many things which cannot be explained naturally, which show that Kodesh Baruch Hu is still interested in us. Like the Gemara brings the story about the Kai, the person who said that you Jews, what you are carrying on serving God? He left you. So what the rabbi answered? He said, look, if a master doesn't like his slave, so he sends him away, and this slave will enjoy himself, will do everything that he wants, nobody will disturb him. But if we see that after the slaves is sent away, still the master runs after him, hits him, and punishes him for what he did, he understands that apparently he wants him to come back. So we have to see things which are happening to us in such a way. And if it happened on Tisha B'Av, this expulsion, and if so much crying on this day happened in Katif, so we should remember what the Medrash says. The Medrash says clearly, because of this crying for nothing in the past, it will be all over history crying for something. Okay, we don't understand why and what is Kodesh Baruch Hu, what God accounts, what He really planned to do, but no doubt that it will bring us something good, as we will see later on in the table, as a continuation of these verses dealing with disengagement, bring a lot of blessings afterwards. Now let us go now and see how really in Akut disengagement comes, and let us see also the verses, what the verses say, and we will see really that is a lot of comfort for us also in this psukim. Now here, to you, just now you can see everything coming out here. I point out that Inatkut starts from this letter, Hey, Inatkut, and clearly written before, Asher Azvu et Brit Hashem Elokei Avotam. Asher Karatimam. You will see clearly written because they forsake the covenant. Now, we have to understand and to believe that apparently things which are happening have a reason. We know that all Israel, all Israel Arabim, we know Zeh as is written. So every Jew is guarantor, is responsible for his fellow man. So unfortunately, because so many Jews forsook God, left God, they don't help Torah, as we said, the Midrash, because the Midrash from Echa, that really cities and settlements are uprooted from Israel because of not helping Torah, as we mentioned, the Midrash and Echa. So here we see clearly the place that disengagement in Atkut comes, exactly because they forsake the covenant of God, the Heizer. Now, what we have to think, apparently, we have to strengthen ourselves. We have to do something for our fellow men, to see that the Torah will be kept. Now, when we go further in Natkut, so we have the word Shoah, which is really Holocaust. Now, many people don't like the comparison between Katif and Holocaust. But what is Holocaust? What is Shoah? We have to take the word Shoah, which appears in the Bible, in the Tanakh. Shoah really has to do with something which a man, when a man sees this kind of destruction, he is amazed, because Shoah comes from the word Ishtaut. When you see something that you cannot understand, against logic, it means illogical thing which happening, something which was really blooming, growing so beautifully, suddenly turned to be destruction. This is really the expression of the word Shoah. No, not speaking about the Holocaust in Germany, but the word Shoah. Now that the word Shoah appears here, Shoah, the minimal letter skip of the old Torah, Shin Vav Aleph Hey, unbelievable, the minimal letter skip. So it shows that this kind of disengagement is kind of Shoah to people, because this is what happened to these people. So much crying yesterday, so unfortunately, mamish, the expressions of these people, faces, words, what they said, mamish, like people felt in the Holocaust. But again, Shoah is a word for exactly this kind of disengagement, when something which was blooming and really growing so beautifully, so successfully, and suddenly one day everything was destroyed. This is the word Shoah. Also, we have to know that as these words appeared in the Tochecha, in the curses, it might repeat the Holocaust in Germany also, yeah? So Shoah in this place also happened in the curses, because no doubt that this expression, these verses, fits very much the Holocaust in Germany. But Inatkut came here. Now, again, Inatkut, and this is the Taf, in the verse which says, V'nesachtem min haaretz, you will be uprooted me'al adama, from the ground, from the earth, asher ata bashama lerishta, where you are coming to inherit. Clearly indicating the Taf of Inatkut. Showing you that if you leave the covenant with God, if you don't help your people really to keep Torah, this is our responsibility. Yeah, unfortunately, difficult to say. A lot of demonstrations at time, but when the desecration of Shabbat happens, when all kinds of abortions and all these terrible things against Torah, against God, did we really protest in such a way? We have to think about it. Somehow, maybe was something wrong. Maybe this is what God wants to tell us. Look, now you feel what it means to leave such wonderful place full of Torah, yeshivot, and batei knesiot, synagogues? Why did not think about me? Why did not think about this Misal Datot, for example? It was really, unfortunately, destroyed, whatever you will call it, but Mamesh, rabbis, institution of Torah didn't get money. This is also kind of destruction. So there were some parties, religious parties, which could do much more. Who brought Lapid? All the troubles started when Lapid came to the government. We see just now that the disengagement is directly connected with Lapid and Shinui coming to the government, clearly indicated to it. But now look what is written here more. Maybe this I said about Lo Netanyahu, somehow I couldn't understand what it says, Lo Netanyahu, but then what happened a few days ago that he resigned, so we understand that somehow is not so connected with the disengagement which takes place now. Who knows, maybe there are some other indications, but the results of this engagement, when it's the Torah says you will be afraid night and day. The future is all these things which are going bombs, which are chas v'shalom endangering us, threatening us. Now, something which really I felt, when I heard even today, everything here in the radio, that from all over the world, French, England, all over the world, there are correspondents, journalists, which coming really to see what was going on. Yeah, all over, Mamesh, thousands of journalists all over the world coming to see what is going on. So then I saw this verse and I understood there is some connection. It's written here, you can see, Anochri asher ba me'eretz rechoka, those non-Jews which are coming from far away country, and they see the smitings of this land, and then they say definitely what was going on. This is a continuation of the verse, why God was so cross with these people. Yeah, they see what is going on, and then they themselves somehow say that the reason you can see it down here, Asher azvu et brit Elokei avotam. The Goyim will say, the Goyim, the non-Jews. Unfortunately, this was the Christians' claim. The Christians say that all the troubles coming to us, chas v'shalom, because we're not accepting their belief, right? But we know quite well that this is because we don't keep the Brit of Hashem. Now look what is written here. Clearly, what the Goyim say. Ve'amru kol hagoyim, all the Goyim said, why God did to us, to these people, why did to these people all these things, why God is so cross with them, right? So, something else which I think we have to take into consideration, that the whole world is a state. The news started with the disengagement. Everyone wants to know. And the all going coming, and this is what is written there. That they're going, we see what is going on, and we say, what is going on? Machori ha'af. What is this anger? Machori ha'af, agadol hazeh. Ve'amar, and they say, because they left. Chas v'shalom, God. Yeah? But we have to think about it. The fact that this engagement came in this psukim, no doubt come to tell us what we should do. We should strengthen ourselves. We should keep the covenant. We should worry our fellow men not to support, chas v'shalom, this government which fights Torah. Unfortunately, we know quite well who was this one who helped this government to come on. They regret it now. They admit that they did something wrong. But clearly we see that this is the reason for the disengagement. Leaving Torah, it's unbelievable that from all Torah it came exactly in these curses which describe the situation. And the word nisachtem, unbelievable. You look in Rashi, when nisachtem, Rashi said, when nisachtem will be uprooted. Akira, Lashon Akira, exactly that. This is what Rashi said, when nisachtem, Lashon Akira, as the Medrash says. Now here I found something which might be a little bit frightening because it shows here the Tav Shin Samech Vav. Yeah, we see in the other, we see Tav Shin Samech He clearly coming out, but here we see Tav Shin Samech Vav. You can see Samech, Tav Shin Samech in the Vav. And here also La'ashriv Etchem Chas v'Shalom. So it looks like, I hope that will not come, but who knows, maybe it's indication that this disengagement will carry on, like Peres said today, as already the Arabs want, and even the state said, it is only the beginning. Who knows if this is not an indication that the disengagement is going to carry on and to endanger Israel in Tav Shin Samech Vav. Okay, so this is something depressing, but let us see that the continuation of the psukim are quite, really, very optimistic. So it's written here, after all these troubles that will happen to you, then it's written that you will do tshuva. As you can see here, the psukim says, "V'ashevota elevavcha bechol hagoyim." You can see here, "V'ashevota elevavcha bechol hagoyim asher yircha Hashem Elokecha." It means, after seeing so many troubles happen to Jews, things which you cannot explain logically, then you will start thinking in your mind, you will start thinking, what is going on? What is going on with us? Why we suffer? And then, Vesharta, we will do proper tshuva, as the continuation said, Vesharta, you can see here the Sharta coming, Vesharta, you will do tshuva, Vesharta, Ad Hashem Elokecha, Veshamata Bekulo, and then the result will be Vetivcha, he will do good to you, Ve'yerecha, even better, more than your forefathers. It means clearly appearing in this story of disengagement that after the troubles you will have blessings coming out. But to do tshuva. And we know quite well that the reasons for all the troubles that Jews have is because of this, that to do tshuva. Chazal said that when you see troubles coming to you like a river, one after the other, then chakel. This is a generation which is before the redemption. Because like a woman who gives birth also, we know quite well that one of the signs is the child is going to come out when troubles, when she has labor pains, one after the other, very, very frequent. So the same thing, when we see troubles coming one after the other, this is a sign that the birth is coming, redemption is coming. So this is what we see today. Unfortunately, troubles, but from the other side, clear signs that we are before Mashiach. Because the darkness before the morning is the greatest darkness from all the night. The same thing now, we are in darkness, terrible troubles coming, we don't know where we are. Things are closed like the night. We don't see what is going on. But this is a sign that the morning is coming. Now to remind you that you are listening to Kodesh TV, with Glazerson, Matityahu Glazerson is my name, and the number here, if somebody has still time to look at this program and not what is going in Katif, so it is 972-537-8644. So the number here in our studio in Jerusalem here is 972-537-8644. So if you want to come, remark something, if you have to say something, you have also fax, you can send on the same on the telephone. This is the same number, right? Telephone and fax, telephone. So this is really, I could say, the picture, the table which is the exact picture table of the disengagement, because it is a minimal letter skip in Deuteronomy. We say that Deuteronomy is a book which is against our thousands, and also this is a minimal letter skip which clearly is significant, while all these verses which we have here on disengagement, exactly what Chazal said, why we suffer, why we have disengagement, why we nisaftem el adama, why, and the reasons written here in the Torah. Also, we have a frightening indication, maybe, that a war might come out as a result. Who knows which kind of war? We hope it will not come, but the word war is appearing here. So, we have to hope to the parts which discuss the good things. God will bless us. God will really bring us everything, blessings and everything which we are doing. You can see later on really beautiful blessings which are written here. Because God will bless the fruits of your batten, which womb, definitely children, you have children, animals, fruits in the ground. But here we have also to see, which is unfortunately written, that all your things will be for the beasts of the ground, which is unfortunately happening today. Let us see, we can see that is written here also, this kind of expression here, look, that Asher yachzik lecha b'sharecha, your enemy will cause you a lot of troubles, and yochal, he will eat fruits, your fruits. Here, clearly, we see here the continuation of the pasuk, that you can see here coming now clearly that you will eat מבלי השיר, without leaving anything to you. Yeah, right? It will make you a lot of troubles. And above, you see clearly, right? Isa Hashem alecha goy merachok. Goy will come from far away. Haaretz will come to fight you, to cause you troubles. No, we see today, Iran, Hezbollah, from far away. So, right? So, in this really verses, if you read them properly in Kitavo, in Deuteronomy, you will see that it is very unfortunately that a lot of these curses are happening today. But we have to remember that everything is, as the Torah said, כי לא שמעת בקול השם אלוקיך לשמור מצוותיו וחוקותיו. You should know that all this trouble comes because you don't listen to the voice of God to keep His mitzvahs and His laws and chukim and asher tzivcha, which Kodesh Baruch Hu command you in Sinai. Right? And here, definitely, you can hear also the man of Sharon mentioned here. You can see Sharon, Shimresh Baranun, which unfortunately helped to destroy this Mitzvah Torah with Lapid together. Unfortunately, caused a lot of troubles to people who are keeping Torah. And clearly, Ve'etzer lecha bechol sharecha. See, Sharon is here. Ve'etzer lecha, make you troubles in all your cities. And this is very unfortunate that with this government of Shinui and Lapid, somehow all the situation, all the attitude to Torah by Sharon, very likely maybe his son Omri had this influence on him, because it wasn't before like this, was Torah, institution of Torah, Yeshivot, but something happened to him with Lapid, his son Omri. But you can see clearly Sharon appearing here also, Ve'etzar lecha, and then the uprooting, the disengagement, all this story coming clearly in all this psukim. But the thing is, you should listen, keep mitzvot and the chukim, and this is what should be done now. We should do tshuva. This is what can solve the situation. To solve the situation, I heard from great Kabbalists, people Kabbalists, great Kabbalists, that people from Katif came and asked what to do and how to do. He said the only thing is to daven. To tshuva, daven to God, because this is the only way. Right? We know that Kabbalists spoke with Sharon, and he will not accept what they say. But it is unfortunately that, no, this Sharon was, what is his name, Ben Arsi. Heard about him? Ben Arsi, but Ben Arsi spoke with him. I don't know from where is it, but he's not a Kabbalist, yeah? Yeah. What? Yeah? So this is what. So right, so understand that this is the only thing to do tshuva. Yeah, this I think you are right, Nachon, this is. So he spoke with him, Nachon. No, he spoke with him, yeah, Nachon. He spoke with him, and also somebody told me, who is Rabbi Shmueli, the people from Katif came in the middle of the shiur yesterday, and asked him what to do. They asked him, maybe clearly can do something. So he said that he sees the only davening here. Yeah, this is tshuva. They have to do tshuva. Because you see, sometimes, Kabbalists can help. People should know, because it is unfortunate, that Kabbalists said, or the Eliyahu said, it will not happen. We know what it is, because Baruch Hu did it, we don't know. But everything is for good. Who knows what? Yeah, who knows what will come out? But even not, we have to know that it's for good. No doubts. This will. Yeah. Yeah, maybe, we hope so, but the fact that, but here we see, unfortunately, the psukim that Goyim will come and say, why this then suffer so much, why so many troubles, and unfortunately, it's for their religion, the Christians say, look, you suffer so much, and the answer to them is that if God would leave us, he would let us live like all the other nations. Why we have so many troubles? It means Baruch Hu is interested in us. He wants us to do tshuva. Yeah? Because, as we said, as the Gemara says, if somebody sends a slave, he doesn't like his slave, so you let him do what he wants to do. Now, the first that we cannot do, we try to do things, to build ourselves, and if so many troubles, it means that Baruch Hu wants us to do tshuva, to be better. And there's a lot to improve today, unfortunately. All over, it is Shabbat and Torah, and we see quite well, and we come just now to the other table, which clearly indicates that all this engagement is a result of this government of Shinui, with Lapid clearly coming out, and there will have the clear days, the days of the disengagement. Unbelievable. So just now we move you to this table, and you will see this table, yeah, so this is another table. By the way, I want you really to understand what Torah codes is. So I will bring you now back to to my list, and I will explain to you exactly. Now what you see here, all these are tables, different beautiful tables which have to do with many, many things. Each table has a lot of explanation, but I want to bring you really to one of the tables which have to do with the situation today, and this is Im Lapid, now Ifanegush. And this is, I got to bring you just now, and here you can see, unbelievable, the exact date of when things happened. Now look here, look here, and here I will show you how much unbelievable things. Yeah, but now more. But now I want to show you. We saw it last time, but now I want to go more because I added some more psukim, and perhaps I also explain to you how I did this table, because you want to know what. But clearly, what is written here, some additional things. You see, Im Lapid, Liz Lapid, if Rafaneh is evacuate Gush. Now, here is the year when it happened, which is minimal. You can see the year that it happened, Betaf Shin Samachay. You can see Betaf Shin Samachay. Yeah, and the day which it happened, which is unbelievable. The day, right? You see the day, Yud Bet, you can see Yud Yud, Bet, Av. Now Yud, Bet, Av. Yud, now you can have here really 2 days. You can have Yud, the 10th of Av, which was really yesterday. Today Yud Av, Tisha B'Av was Sunday. So Monday was Yud, exactly when the said people should this. And then you have also the second, which is Yud Bet Av, which is the 12th of Av, which is tomorrow. Exactly the 2 days that they gave to people willingly up till Yud Av and tonight. Yeah, so it's amazing. Now what I found here is exactly the expression which we have in the curses. This also came in curses, which is written here, Bentecha and Lachaya, to the animal, Asher Ba'artzecha, Tiyeh Kol Tvuata Le'echol. In all the produce that you have in your fields will be Lachaya Asher Ba'artzecha, to the animals which are in your field. Clearly indicating Lachaya, Mamash Chaya Asher Ba'artzecha Le'echol. These animals are these people, Palestinians, the master, Ishbaki Chaya Min Haaretz, these terrorists, the terrorists, the animals. Now, here you can see also good things afterwards, that in future we'll do tshuva, then וישבתם על הארץ לבטח. את משפטיי תשמרו, if you will keep mind, you see exactly like that. את משפטיי, you see את משפטיי, תשמרו ולירדו עם המצוות, וישבתם על הארץ לבטח. Then you will sit safely on your land. So here, and by the way, when we spoke in Lapid, יפנה, so you have the word Sharon also, Sharon. You can see Sharon in Lapid, and here also something which I found, בתשעה לחודש בערב, maybe this refers to תשעה באב, in the night, then is the day. Now you see in Lapid, יפנה exactly the year and the day, and here also, as I said, we find indications that after these troubles, something good will come out. And you can see it. Perhaps now I will show you how the Torah quotes there. Now I write here, I try to see if there is some indication of Geulah. So I look for words of Gaal, because Gaal, let us see if there are some indication of Geulah that will come out. And here I ask the computer to give me the program of Professor Rips, and here what he will show me. Now I showed just now, you can see coming on the screen all the places where you have the word Gaal. So you have Gaal here, Mamash Gaal here, you see Gaal, redemption here, you see redemption here, I show you just now, and here you see Gaal, and again Gaal, again Goel, right? And Goel also down. So it means that we see expression of redemption after these troubles. Again, similar to what we saw before, that after troubles, always good things coming out. You have to do tshuva. Because unfortunately, the Gemara said that Israel have to do tshuva. So the Gemara asked, what will we if they don't do? So the Gemara said that Kosh Baruch Hu will put upon such a leader that will cause them so many troubles, that they have to do tshuva. ככה מה אומרת, כאמן, זה מה עושה כאמן. No, we have Haman in Iran, very close to it. Then I thought to myself, let us try to see whether Mashiach, we know that Mashiach also is supposed to come as a result of troubles, we know quite well that Tshuva after Mashiach, and then, even Tshuva before, Tshuva brings the Mashiach. So here I'm looking whether the word Mashiach coming. So I put here in the computer, I asked the computer to look for the word Mashiach, if it appears here, and let us see if it appears here. So let us see if we have this word Mashiach here. So I look here, this is the way the program works, and let us see if Mashiach appears here. will see, I look for the Mashiach here, and I want to see whether the Mashiach is here or not. So let us see, maybe somewhere, Mashiach. Now let us see around this area, if we have the Mashiach. So this is why we're looking, because already I can see Mashiach coming here, but the distance, here we see Mashiach, I make the color better, that you will be able to see it. Here I have Mashiach coming here, in few places. In order that you will see, we change the colors, because the colors in the internet have to be darker than here. So here I look all the places that it appears. You can see I follow now all the dots, and here I have Mashiach. So I try to make all Mashiach with dark colors, so that we'll be able to see it properly. So let us see Mashiach darker here. Oh, I think this can be good. Or let us hope that this will be good. This Mashiach, like you see, this is the places where Mashiach was found here. This is Mashiach was found here, and you see another. Now, by the way, you can see here the numbers, which is 4, 9, and 13, 12. This is a letter skip. It means if it is 4, it means a skip. As you can see, a skip is every 4 letters, every 9 letters, every 13, 25, 28. So you have here Mashiach appearing in these instances. But let us see if it comes near the places. So let us go back and try to see.
Why does it matter if it's 4 letters?
Because the minimal, if it is minimal, if it is less, is much more significant. You see, because the possibilities of having such small distance is not so usual. You see, because the less distance between Mem Shin Yud Chet is the less. Yeah, I show you just now an example of this, but let us finish this Mashiach. Let us see when Mashiach comes. Not when it comes, but whether he is clear. As you can see, the letter Mashiach here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you can see Mashiach, every 4 letters. Interesting, every 4 letters here. Now let us see if Mashiach comes now, because really Mashiach, every 4 letters in this case is the minimum, because the others were 9 and 11 and 13, you see. So here you have Mashiach. Now, it is interesting also that you find this Mashiach around the festivals. Which festival? Shivat Yamim, Shivat Yamim, I look for the Shivat Yamim. This refers to Sukkot, really. You see here, I show you just now, this refers to Sukkot. Yeah, very interesting. Sukkot, this is a story of Sukkot. Here you can see the word Sukkot, נכון? Very interesting. Sukkot Yeshvu Shivat Yamim. So it's interesting that Mashiach will be Sukkot, because Chazal said Mashiach will come either in Nisan or in Sukkot. Yeah? In Nisan, when you don't wear this, so it's Chesed. But if it's Bedin, it comes on Sukkot. Very interesting. If it is Bedin. Huh? Yeah, Tisha, yeah, but Mashiach will come. Chazal said that Ibn Israel
maybe the continuity between Mashiach and Tisha
Chodesh. Tisha Chodesh, maybe, because he was born there. Very interesting, because it's refers to Tisha B'Av. Right, it can refer to that. But now what you asked me about Mashiach, right? Now, here we speak, this is the book, if you see the book, is Leviticus, Dvarim. Now, let us see, this is Vayikra, Leviticus, Vayikra, yeah. Leviticus Vayikra. Now look, here I have a program here